something in E minor. Now, that's the basic scale that I played through. We can do some nice little hammer-ons and pull-offs in part of the scale like this. Add a double stop inside there. We can do repetition, things like that. A whole lot of different exercises. We can go a bit diatonic with it. You can play two pentatonic shapes at the same time with this one, like this. But let's start at the beginning and teach you all these little scales. And the reason why I'm doing E minor is because everything else is normally in A minor, and E minor is quite popular for rock and for hard rock and metal and blues and that as well. And let's give it a go. I'm going to start with fingers 1 and 3 by fret number 10. In your first 5 notes, 5 means pentatonic, tonic means the octave. You've got 5 notes to your octave. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm onto the tonic, in other words, the octave for that. That's why it's penta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tonic. Okay, now even though it's in the key of E minor, we're starting on the note D. I'm not going to go into the theory behind it right now. All the notes that we're using are in the key of E minor, which happens to be related to G major. So just one more time, fingers 1 and 3, fret numbers 10, 12, onto the next string, 10, 12, slide up to 14, and now you repeat that. And when we say repeat it, I mean we're repeating the notes an octave higher, which means that the finger sequence of this hand that's moving now is going to be the same. So it's going to go fret 12, 14, down 1, 12, 14, 16, and we get to the tonic. First note, first tonic, octave again, tonic again, pentatonic. And we're now going to have the same finger repetition sequence again, going 15, 17, 15, 17, and onto 19. What I did in the sort of jam was I bent to it just because it sounded cool, no other reason. Okay. Now when we say repetition finger sequence, check this out. Watch for repeated finger pattern. I'm referring to this hand. It's going to go finger 1, finger 3, finger 1, finger 3, finger 3. And again, finger 1, finger 3, finger 1, finger 3, finger 3. And again, finger 1, finger 3, finger 1, finger 3, finger 3. So it's a very easy, nice, user-friendly scale to learn. And you can take it onto A minor, which I'll do at the end of the video as well. So it's not restricted to E minor, obviously with the guitar, easy to transpose. Okay, now we're going to do some little hammer-ons and pull-offs to help you get some speed into the whole thing, because it sounds cool and it's nice to be able to go fast. I'm not saying that everything has to be fast. You can do nice long bends in it as well, but we're going to focus on speed for this exercise because we want to. Okay, we're going to start with a double hammer-on and pull-off, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see I'm picking the first note, hammer-on, pull-off, hammer-on, and that gives me 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll then go down a string and do the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I shift my hand 2 frets up and do it again. So slow motion, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we repeat the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you combine it, you get slow motion this. And it's speed. And it's a nice way to get around your guitar really quickly. Okay, then you can do sort of into the block position. This over here is what I refer to as an extended, because you're playing from as low as fret 10 up into fret 19. Nice big stretch. Where your block positions would start from 12, for example, for normal E minor pentatonic, which I'm assuming you know, and go to fret 15. So this would be a block position. And this would be an extended. Just gives you more to work with. But you can take this exercise now out of the extended into a block position too. So you take the same hammer on and pull off idea, for example, when we tripletize it. So that was 3. 1, 2, 3. Go back 1, 1, 2, 3. And we go back 1, 1, 2, 3. And you get this. And just to sort of close it, we put a bend at the end there because it sounds cool. Slow motion, you want to see that again? 1, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, and the bend. And there you have it. With a few pinch harmonics. Now, what also sounds cool is maybe taking those two block positions like the one we just used now and being aware of these notes, those 4 notes, which we learned at the beginning of the video because that was from the extended, so we're combining extended and block position. And we take this little pattern, it's a really cool repetitive pattern, it's a bit of a stretcher. It's going to go fret 12, 15, 17, 12, 15, 17, and you should notice that that 17 on the second string is the same as that 12 on the first string, which is quite cool because now we get a double note which sounds pretty sweet. And you can do a little hammer on a pull off there. And you can sit and make up your own phrases like that as well. And you can even take it further backwards. Watch this. And it's a nice way to get some unusual, less common pentatonic riffs into your playing as well by thinking outside the box and actually thinking combining boxes. So you can take a normal phrase and it sounds pretty cool. Now, just because you're playing with pentatonic doesn't mean you can't every now and then add a diatonic note. And diatonic is a fancy word, or the correct terminology rather, would be the polite way, to say a 7-note scale like your natural minor, for example, which will go like this. This is my E natural minor. So your pentatonic goes like this, and your natural minor. So you can hear similarity in the tone. Diatonics has got more notes. So you take the pentatonic, and you can see that one note, that's from the diatonic, and it sounds cool. And instead of going, you go also from the diatonic into the nice F sharp there in fret 11, also part of the diatonic. So you get out of your pentatonic riff, for example, this. And that over here, diatonic. And you can take it from the diatonic into the pentatonic, and it gets the same finger sort of feel, same rhythmic feel, slow motion. Pentatonic. And it sounds quite cool, eh? So there's a lot of different things you can play around it if we sort of think patterns and shape and repetition, and you're aware of the different scale shapes. For those that know the block positions, your second block position for the pentatonic in E minor would start on G, which I'm sure you should know by now as well if you're playing advanced. So again, to rewind and revise, we're going to look at the extended, looking at the block, looking at your natural minor. We're looking at some nice hammer-ons and pull-off ideas. You can take it up the neck instead. Sounds quite cool there as well. So you can play with it. So there's no restrictions on what you can and can't do. Be creative is the lesson to be learned every year. So have fun with it. Be aware of it. And this is in E minor just again. Now, if you wanted to play A minor, check this out quickly. Same concept. With the hammer-ons and pull-offs we did earlier in the beginning of the video. Repetition inside. It's a nice way to get a lot of legato, a nice sort of hammer-ons and pull-offs. But now your stretch over here for that one over here is quite nasty here. That's not feeling very comfortable for me. I need an extra finger. Okay, so have fun with it, transpose it, improvise with it. Now to close it, I'm going to put on a little backtrack just for the fun of it. And I'm going to jam along in E minor and just give you some ideas. We'll start slow, go diatonic, add pentatonic, and I'll try and comment as I go through the playing and see what we can add to value here. Now some might say that everything now has sort of led to 80s, 90s sort of metal speed shredding the whole way through. So we're going to take these scales and we're going to drop it into a blues song before you accuse me. Take a look at yourself. And we're going to see that actually works there too. Check this out. Here's the scale. Works quite nicely. Now some string bends. Pauses. Double stop. Some speed. Do that double octave thing. That's the two scales at the same time. Maybe a nice little double bend. Remember to get the silent pauses. It lets the phrases breathe more. And your timing. Diatonic. We haven't even touched on the blues scales yet. We're going to do shortly. So this is not quite blues, it's sort of going more rock, but you can hear the essence, it works quite nice. Blues scale. Nice front pickup there. And bend, breathe it. And we'll end with some shredding. Day, you can make this whatever you want it to be. If you want to go clear tone, single coil with your Strat, high gain, more of a Gary Moore sort of vibe, but know the scales and use them as you think sounds cool. And I hope you enjoyed this and found it useful. Take care. Cheers.